Shalom from Israel. My name is Avi Melamed. I am the president and founder of Inside the Middle East Intelligence Perspectives. In this short briefing today, I would like to contextualize three recent events and developments that happened in the region. One is the Iranian attack on an Israeli-owned ship in the Gulf of Oman. The other one is the US attack on an Iranian military compound in eastern Syria. And the third one is the intensifying attacks of Houthis both in Yemen as well against Saudi Arabia. The common denominator for all those events is the Iranian hegemonic vision, entitled by the Jordanian King Abdullah II by the name of the Iranian or the Shiite Crescent. The Iranian hegemonic vision is based upon three major pillars. One is creating, nurturing, supporting proxy armies of terror across the region, in Gaza Strip, in Lebanon, in Syria, in Iraq, in Yemen, and elsewhere. The second is developing military capacities, particularly in the fields of missiles and attacking drones. And the third is the Iranian nuclear program. When you look at this map, you could get a better understanding of the scope and scale of the Iranian hegemonic vision. One arena is this land corridor that you see right here, stretching from Iran, crossing through Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, ending at the Mediterranean, the Gaza Strip. Iran spread militias, different militias, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Iraqi Shiite militias, Palestinian Islamic Jihad and Hamas in Gaza Strip, and others in this region. And through the use of those militias, Iran is perpetuating and deepening its hold in different parts of that land corridor. Iran actually partly occupies Syria. Iran controls Lebanon in a remote control. Iran has a very significant influence in both Iraq as well as in the Gaza Strip. Other two major arenas the Iranians are massively involved are naval arenas. One is the Persian Gulf, that you can see right in front of you here, the Strait of Hormuz, and the other is the Red Sea and the Bab el-Mandab Strait in the entrance to the Red Sea. On Thursday, February 25th, at the evening, Iran or an Iranian proxy attacked an Israeli-owned ship at the Gulf of Oman. This is a commercial ship. The ship was not sinking, but it was severely damaged. A couple of hours later, the US attacked an Iranian military compound located in East Syria in proximity to the Syrian-Iraqi border. This is a very significant point as it serves as a transition station for the Iranians, streaming through that station militants, military capacities, missiles, ammunition, and so on and so on. On Saturday, February 27th, Houthis in Yemen attacked with ballistic missiles different targets inside Saudi Arabia. This is actually a continuation of the escalating situation on the ground in Yemen for the last couple of weeks, following the decision of Biden administration not to label the Houthis as a terror organization. One of the outcomes of that was that we have witnessed an intensifying Houthis attack both inside Yemen, particularly around the city of Marib, and also attacks against Saudi Arabia. In my book, Inside the Middle East, Making Sense of the Most Dangerous and Complicated Region on Earth, that was published in 2016, one of the predictions that I made was the following one. A quiet Israeli-Arab axis have been created. It is based on a long-term strategic interest, primarily to thwart Salafi jihadi and Iranian expansion. The axis includes Israel, Egypt, Jordan, and the Arab Gulf monarchies. This is a prediction that I made back already in 2016. These very days, there are reports about the forming of a military alliance between Israel and those countries that I mentioned before. I call this alliance the Alliance of Moderation, and I can tell you that there is already ongoing cooperation, including in fields of security, intelligence, and military, between the members of this alliance. That alliance is formed first and foremost to push back, to stop, to block the Iranian aggression in different parts of the Middle East. In fact, as you look at the map, you could see very clearly how this alliance is actually operating in order to try to stop the Iranian aggression in the land corridor that we mentioned before, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, the Gaza Strip, in the two naval arenas, both the Persian or / Arab Gulf as well as the Red Sea. Talking about books, I'm very pleased to announce that hopefully in April 2021, my new book, Inside the Middle East, Entering a New Era, is going to be published. I would like to take the opportunity and to share with you a quote from that book. Iranian control over two major maritime routes that are a linchpin of the world's economy is an unbearable threat that the world must not come to terms with. I think it's very clear that the most recent Iranian attack on an Israeli-owned ship in the Gulf of Oman clearly manifests my observation. And finally, it is important to go back and talk shortly about the three pillars of the Iranian hegemonic vision. And in the context of returning to the West and the Iranian negotiations, perhaps in the context of going back to the JCPOA agreement, the agreement that was signed with Iran in 2015. As a fact on the ground, following the agreement, unfortunately, the Iranian aggression in the Middle East boosted. Hence, it has to be very clear, any kind of an agreement with Iran must address all the pillars of the Iranian hegemonic vision. It's not enough to address only the Iranian nuclear program. The issue of the Iranian ballistic missile program, the issue of the Iranian attacking drone capacities has to be addressed. And most of them, the issue of the Iranian militias that are scattered in different parts of the Middle East. Without addressing those three pillars, unfortunately, instability in the Middle East as an outcome of the Iranian aggression will increase. I want to thank you for joining and listening. I hope that we'll have the opportunity to get together again soon. Until then, stay well and shalom from Israel.